Hi guys, and welcome to my M26 Smartwatch unboxing video. I was only able to test this watch for 3 days before the crashes became annoying. This is my personal review, so I can give you my insight into what I think might be a problem if you decide to buy this watch. First, I have to mention this watch is good for the price, but I paid £4.89. It took 5 weeks to get here through China, which is longer than normal. 2 to 3 weeks is the average time. So first, let's go over the important points, and you may decide not to watch the rest of the video. So the first issue I had was the watch froze after only 15 minutes of use, and again 1 day later on the clock face. In other watches I have reviewed, this is not a problem. I have reviewed the following watches on YouTube. From favourite to least favourite, I will link to the videos in the description below. So the first and best one is Q18, then the GT08, then the A1, then the DZ09. So all the above watches have a removable battery, so if they freeze, and they do occasionally, you can just take out the battery and put it back in again, and it takes seconds. This was okay though, as there was a hole in the back plate of the M26 and it said reset. But after taking the back off the watch, I do this so you don't have to, all the other watches you just pop off the back cover and pull out the battery and put it back in again. So the M26 back cover has 4 screws you need to remove. The massive flaw with this M26, this is the M26, is the battery is hardwired into the circuit board on the back of the watch. So you can't remove the battery without desoldering the connections. It looks really fiddly. But there is a reset button in the back of the watch. Or at least I thought there was, as it says reset. So let's go ahead and show you the hole. So this is the metal back cover that was on the watch. I don't know if you can see that. So this was glued on the back of the watch for some reason. Let's see if it will focus. There we go. So as you can see, just down there where my thumb is, it says reset and there's a hole. And that tallies up with the back of the watch, which is just there. So that's the reset hole. If you can see that, let's see if I can get it in close. Try and avoid the glare. Sorry about this, the camera's really struggling. Here we go, so that's the reset hole. Let's go and put that back there for now. Let it focus on that. So let's go ahead and take off the back cover of the watch. So bear in mind where this is. That hole is there. And it's directly above the charging port, which I thought was strange. There's going to be a reset port somewhere around the charging port. So let's just take that cover off. So I've undone the 4 screws to make it easier to do the video. Let's just wiggle this cover off. So that's the insides of the watch, as you can see. So let's go ahead and see if I can show you a close up. So you're looking up there, that's where the reset port would be. So let's go ahead and show you a close up of that. See if it'll focus, and you can see there's marks on the surface where I've put something through the hole to try and reset it, but there is no reset button. So let's go ahead and put that down there for now. Stick it down like that. Just let the camera focus. So it lines up over the charging port, as you can see, and the witness marks on the metal surface. So the reset button is fake, there isn't one basically. As I put a paper clip through the hole and I couldn't feel a reset button. So I've shown you the witness marks. So let's go ahead and show you the battery now. So the battery is there, that's the battery there, without a plastic cover on. And I don't know if you can see, it's very difficult to see, but it is actually hardwired into the watch just there. See if it'll focus. There you go. Let's see if I can spin this battery around and show you the other side, which will say the voltage, 3.7 volts, 230 milliamp hour. And there's the BMS, which is the battery management system at the very top there. So all those circuits are protecting that battery, the battery from being over discharged or being charged too much. It'll tell it when to stop charging it. As you can see, they are hardwired in. So that's the BMS, which they call the battery management system, and the battery there. So when you do take the back off, just be careful that you don't puncture the battery, because you have issues if you puncture the battery. So the wires, so the charging port there is there on the side, and there inside the watch. The speaker is there, the port for the speaker is there, and that's the speaker as far as I'm aware because it's magnetic on the back. So the speaker, which is really loud, the sound toggle is on the middle button from the digital watch screen. So now let's show you the watch ports. So that's the speaker there on the left hand side. The right hand side is a microphone. That's the charging port, which has a cover, but I've took it off. It's too difficult to get the charging cable in with a watch with that cover on there. It's just too stiff plastic. So on the other side is the on and off button there, you can see there. So let's go ahead and put that down for now. So my M26 froze after 15 minutes of use, and the second time was 2 days later. How do I reset it? Nothing would make it reset. Pardon me, just bear with me. Let's get that back into focus. Like all other types of these watches, they don't have auto reset when frozen. I let the battery run right down and then it switches off by itself. This is how you reset this watch. So this could take between half a day if it glitches with a full battery, or even more if it glitches when the screen's off. So, you know, it could potentially take that long to reset. The missing functions in this watch are no micro SIM tray, no micro SD card tray either, so all the functions that need a SIM are not available in this watch, like a browser. No camera at all, and also a deal breaker for me, let me just clean the screen, is that this screen, I don't know if you can see that, I'll give the reflection to show you the shape of the screen. So the screen is not glass, it's only plastic, so it came with a plastic screen protector, and it was really badly applied, so I've actually took that off. So let me just put that there, get some reflection on that. So are these really a problem though? People are struggling to get these SIM and SD card slots to function on other watches anyway. So corners have been cut to get such a low price point. The metal cover on the back plate is glued down with really strong double-sided tape. On this watch there is no reason to take it off, as it doesn't reveal anything inside the watch. So this is the back cover, if you can see that. And the lines on it are just me cleaning off all the glue. So that is glued on the back of there with double-sided, and it's glued that way round with a hole with a reset written in it, which is a fake reset button. I don't know why they would even bother going to this length of effort, but they have done. Just see if it'll focus. There we go. And then let's show you the back of that. So the shape for the battery is there, and that is another bit of moulding there to hold the microphone and the speaker in place. So it does hold it reasonably well in the back. Let's just move that out of the way. So on this watch there is no reason to take off that metal cover. You can just unscrew the whole back plate and it'll come off with the 4 screws, which are in the corners obviously, as you can see through the holes there. 1, 2, let's just see if it'll focus. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then in the middle you can see the lift hole just on one side, which is lucky I took that side off. That was just a guess. So the lift hole is there, so I just used something in that gap there to lever it up. So on this watch the metal cover isn't actually doing anything, a fake cover if you like. So I don't know why. I took off the back cover, and one of the straps will need to be removed to get the back cover off. So this is the other strap. That's what it looks like. It's a nice silicone rubber strap. It's a nice flexible rubber, and then you can see the end is quite a weird design. See if I can give you the shape of it there. So that's a weird design. So that actually covers over that lift hole that I've just showed you in the back, and then it's just a normal, which is unusual for these watches. They're normally inside the watch. It's actually a normal watch pin. So it is the same design as a normal watch, with a strap with a sprung-loaded pin. Let's just show you that. So this is the sprung-loaded pin, if you can see that. See if it'll focus. I hope it will. There we go. So the spring is on that end, but it doesn't matter which end you try and take it out of. So that's the strap. So a far stronger, better design than say the DZ09 this watch has. So I used a scalpel knife blade down between the side of the strap and the side of the watch. So let's go ahead and show you how I removed it. So obviously this is where there's a little hole in there. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if the camera will focus. There is a little hole. I don't know if I can show you the reflection. There, you can see it just inside that mounting, just inside that arm. So there's one on each side. So what I did was put the blade down inside the watch, inside the edge of the watch, and then I just levered it upwards, and that should close the spring and then allow you to pop one of the straps off, so you can get the back off. So be very careful. If you stab yourself, it is your fault. The strap overlaps the back cover. The cover to cover the access hole and lift off so it basically the extension on that strap covers that port there, covers that part of the back cover, this bit here where my finger is, and it just overlaps that to cover it. See if it'll focus. So it covers that, the strange design. So this is why you need to take one side of the strap off, because of the overlap. So take out the 4 screws, which are PH0 size. There is a slot cut into the back cover, so I've shown you the slot. So be careful, do not stab the battery. We've all seen batteries catching fire on YouTube, and this happens normally because they get stabbed or crushed. So the battery doesn't have to have a plastic moulded cover, so a hole could wear into the battery. Let's just show you that. So there is no plastic cover like on the other ones, so they've cut corners there. So if you slightly puncture that, you're going to damage the battery and it could potentially catch fire. It's just a warning that that could happen. Let's just see if I can put that there in shot. So the battery just floats around inside the watch. Everything inside just seems to float around. The back plate holds everything loosely in place. So I've shown you the back plate mouldings, which the battery fits on that side. If it goes on like that, and that holds the speaker, I think, and the microphone goes in there. So you can hear things moving around when the watch vibrates on alerts, as nothing is fixed securely inside, and more like the more expensive watches. The battery is 3.7 volts with a 320 milliamp hour capacity. So I've shown you the stamping on the battery. So wires holding the battery are really thin, around 1 millimeter diameter, so once the wires break, the watch will stop working. There is a battery management system on the watch. So let's go ahead and put the back cover back on the watch. So it needs to go on that way to be in the right place. So that's how it would go on. The hole there would be that side, and that would be holding the back of that, I don't know what that is, the altimeter or something like that. So I've just put that back on now. Just bear with me while I clean the screen. So I'm just going to put that back in shot, and I'll put a reflection on the surface so you can see the screen. So the good points, what I like about this watch: the side button is good. It works better than most other watches that are in this price range and ones that are £10. So the strap is nice and flexible, made from a rubber material. The strap is a normal design that normal non-smartwatches use. So I've showed you the strap and the spring. I'll just show you it again. That's where it goes in the actual strap. Let's go ahead and show you it, where the pin would be. See if you can see that. So it might be able to be replaced easily. So this watch price was £4.89. So how responsive is the screen? I would say it's the best of all the cheap smartwatches I've ever reviewed. It's just a basic watch at a great price. The 3 menu buttons on the front of the watch, let's go ahead and show you them. So select is on the left, which is that one. So that's to go into the app options. The menu page change is in the middle. So that's that one in there, in the middle. So that is the select. That's the menu change in the middle. There in the middle. Or volume control from the digital watch screen. And then and back is on the right there. I wish some of the other watches would have that, because it's much more responsive than having to use the apps and just the on-off button. So a digital clock, there is also a digital clock on this, and it's easier to read the time. Why the other watches can't add this feature, I don't know. So the watch is nice and light at 51 grams. So the bad points now, what I don't like, it's a plastic screen, not glass like others, so it will scratch badly, crazy fast. So it needs a screen protector fitted at all times, if they're even available. The fake reset button, nothing inside fixed down with screws, so it all jangles and will break the wires. So I don't know how long it will last, but loose components won't help. Having to leave it to run out of battery if it freezes. No screen brightness adjustment, no profiles that would be on the watch. There is no battery saving mode. There is a battery saving mode, sorry, but does it do anything? It doesn't seem to. The screen is a lower resolution than normal. It is quite noticeable. It is more blocky. The actual screen is 21 centimeters tall, so top to bottom, and 20.15 millimeters top to bottom. Sorry, that's tall, and 20.5 millimeters wide. So that's left to right. So the screen size can be seen, as you can see there in the reflection. As I've just moved it, there you go. You can see it stands out like a sore thumb. It would look nicer with the same off-screen colour as the rest of the black watch. So it came with a screen protector fitted, but it was full of air bubbles and was poorly applied. The touchscreen still works great though, even with the screen protector film on the watch, which is unusual. So connecting the watch to your smartphone. So let's go ahead and show you my phone. Just bear with me. So I need to go ahead and change the Bluetooth to on. So let's go ahead and put the phone there. So that's all I need at the moment. So connecting the watch to your smartphone. So use the MediaTek. Just bear with me, sorry. Let's see if we can go MediaTek Smart Device. So this is the app I use, MediaTek Smart Device, as you can see there in the top corner. So this is the only one I've ever used, and it's worked every single time. So I need to just check I've turned the Bluetooth on. Bluetooth is on. So you can see there, Bluetooth is on my phone. So let's just close that. So I have to be very slow and methodical with this. So now let's turn the watch on, which is just a simple case of pressing and holding the on button, which is there. Let's just see if it will show. There we go, the on button is there in the middle. So let's press and hold that. As you can see, it says welcome. So now let's actually set correct the time. No, it's 3:14, but it's close enough. So I've turned the watch on. So always connect the watch to the phone, go into the Bluetooth menu on the watch and switch the power on Bluetooth. So on this watch you have to go menu, Bluetooth, and you get Bluetooth settings. So you want to turn that on, which is a case of just touching it on this one and it switches it on. And now you want to put visibility on as well, and they're both on. So go back. Because I've already set this up in the past with my phone, I don't have to go through the long-winded process of syncing. So if I go to sync now and it says my device, it says at the top there search new devices and Redmi. My phone is a Redmi Note 4X. So if I go ahead and touch that and then it says connect, so I press connect, so it should connect now. So keep it as close as possible to the phone while it's connecting. So it then says sync date and time with remote device. You press that one for sync, for yes, which is the table with two lines under it. And I don't know if you can see that now, that's the scrolling Bluetooth code, and there is actually a little icon there telling you that that is now connected, which is a dot and two arrows either side in green. It's difficult to see, I know, but it is done. And let's have a look now at at the screen on my phone, and it says there, you can see smartwatch, which is what it's called. This is called a smartwatch, and it says connected there, so that is actually connected now. Let's just try and get these both in shot for it to focus. So tap power and it switches on and off on the Bluetooth on the watch. Now click visibility in the Bluetooth menu. This is all what I've gone through. So now go back with the right back button, which is obviously that one. Let's just go back. So obviously the power is on and the visibility is on. So visibility is turned off now because it's connected, so the power is on. Let's just get back, Bluetooth settings, so the power is on there. So then you go back and you connect with BT Sync, so you either search new device if it's not been connected before, or let's see if we can get this to focus, or you connect to the one you've connected before, which is Redmi. So that's how simple that is. So either search for new device or connect to an existing one that you've searched for. So make sure your phone is next to the watch during this process, and this is how close you need them, and preferably don't move them. It should then come up with your phone. It should say connect. So you tap yes with the left button, which is that left button there. So that's yes on this watch. That's the yes button there. So that's okay or yes. This one on the left. See if it'll focus. Come on, that one on the left is the yes button. So it then asks to sync time and date. Select yes with the left button on the watch. That one there again, as you can see. So you can change the name of your device from smartwatch if you want to in the Bluetooth settings. So let's just go ahead and turn that on. Let's go back. So let's go Bluetooth settings, and then you go my name, and it says my watch there, smartwatch there. So if you want to change that, you go into that and change it. Let's go back. So quickly go through the menu, app and the sub menus only if I've got time. So I have got a little bit of time, so let's just quickly show you the settings in this app. So this is MediaTek Smart Device app. As you can see, the smartwatch is connected. So you go into My Applications, and then it loads all your applications. Just bear with me, it's loading. No, that's not the right one. Notifications, that's the correct one. So this is all the apps that I've got on my phone, as you can see, but what you can do is you can toggle them on and off. So I've got them toggled on, only the ones I want to notify me. So YouTube there, SMS, call service, and then system apps as well. So I don't know what that one is. I'll turn that one off. I don't know why that was selected. But as you can see, I've just loaded back in and it's left them all off, apart from a few that have switched back on by themselves, which I haven't told to switch back on. So there's quite a lot. And the way, once you've selected all the apps you want to notify you, what I did was then go into this app choosing, and then what I did was pull it down, and I was able to lock the selection. As you can see, that lock, it's changed slightly since the update with this phone, that it was able to switch the lock off, but it is locked. I could still delete it by throwing it up and it's gone, but it will go. Let's go ahead and show you. Sorry about this, I have to scroll to it. So as you can see, I've started it back up again, connecting. You accept serial port from Redmi, you press yes, serial port connected. So it's connected again now, it should be anyway. Yep, it's connected again, as you can see, with the app back on, and it says connecting. Just bear with me anyway. So I'm running out of time now. I've only got 4 minutes left on this video. So as you can see, look, I've opened the app again and they're all locked as off as they were before, most of them anyway. So if you have to find a way of making sure that it remembers all your things, and if your phone has that option to lock the app, then try using that. So let's go ahead and move that out of the way. So this is the paperwork. This is the guy I bought from. That's the watch. Waterproof smart watch, vehicle intelligent. So $4.89, and it came from China. That's the seller, Lian, China, with a feedback of 66,000, and that's the colour options, black, white and blue with different prices. Just bear with me. As I said, I'm running out of time. So I'll write the time codes on this video in the description so you can jump to the part you're interested in. So this is the description of the product. Let's go ahead and show you. So it's a 2G network. Black, white and blue are the options. Compatible operating system, Android. So that's the item number there. Where is it? There it is. That's the item number I purchased from on eBay. Just up there in on the paperwork. Just bear with me as I just straighten this up. So this is the information. That's the item number again. That's the title. The item number, features. So if you want to pause this, you're more than welcome. I don't really want to go through it. It calls it an RWATCH, so maybe that's the branding of the actual watch. So the functions: thermometer, call answer, week, altimeter, SMS reminding, pedometer, phone book, stopwatch, music, date, alarm clock, anti-lost, alert, dial and stopwatch. So like I said, I'll link to the time codes in the video. So thanks for watching and check back soon. Cheers!